have a particular question. The other thing I want to talk to you about too is that do you feel like having the solutions is kind of beneficial?
Yes. Yes.
Right? Okay, it kind of helps. All right, so you can check your work. Exactly. Now, I'm going to tell you something here, guys. Some of you guys, now I don't want you using it as a crutch either. All right, you have to do a little research. You have to think about it before you just look up the answer and write it out. I don't really care about writing out the answer either. Do you understand that? Right, it's there to help you, to guide you. All right, but one of the most important things you'll learn if you want to be smart is how to look information up. All right, and that's what I care about, is you having the ability to look information up and make use of that information. That's what I'm asking you about. All right, if you still don't understand it, you can put a star, then come in the morning or afternoon or whatever, I can help you. I will sit down with you and try to explain things to you so you'll understand it. Today's lesson sounds hard, it looks hard, but in fact it's, guess what?
Easy.
Very, very easy. But just kids don't understand the notation. As soon as you learn the notation, the work is very easy. At first, it's going to look difficult. So I want to get to that as quickly as I can. Now, yes.
This isn't like a question on like the answer or anything.
Come on.
But for number 29 and 30.
29 and 30, here we go.
It already had a graph there, so I just did the two that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they want.
Okay.
All right, that's what they want. All right. So again, I thought yesterday was super easy. All right. So what I want to do, if there's no question, just come around the room and collect it real quick. All right. And then we will start on section 1-7. All right. So let me have the homework real quick. And just please make sure your name's on it. And then I'm going to try to get it back to you. All right. Everybody, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you for the recording. Thank you. What about you? All right.
What about you?
There we go. All right. Now, for today, please listen carefully. Super, super important. All right. This is a lot of information for standardized tests today. All right. They'll make you a better test taker. All right. So I need your attention. All right. Yesterday, we talked about a relation, and we said yesterday a relation is simply a set of ordered pairs. Now, there are special relations. Special relations are called functions. All right, and functions are so important. Later on in high school, you're going to have a class called analysis of functions. All right, but right now, I want to explain exactly what a function is. A relation is a function if all of the x values have exactly one y value. If every x has exactly one y. So I want everybody to look at question number 1. Everybody take a look at question number 1. Does every x have one y?
No.
Does every x have one y? Now, I didn't say every x has to have a different y.
But yes.
I said every x has to have a y. So let's look right here what I mean. So -4 goes to -1. -4 only has one y. -2 goes to 4. 0 goes to -1. 2 goes to 1, and 4 goes to 4. Every x has a single y value. Hold on one second, I'm going to tell you. Now, so this answer is yes. That is a function. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you one example of what's not a function. So if I take 0 and I map 0 to 4, now is it a function? No, because 0 goes to what? 4, and it goes to what? So that x value has multiple y values. So it is not a function. Every x has to go to exactly one y. All right? Yes, sir.
What section is this?
This is section 1-7.
just write down yes?
Yes, just write down yes. It's perfectly fine. All right? That's the homework for some of you guys who didn't get that. Everybody good?
Is it all of it? Not the
Right now it's 1 through 44. All right, I'll probably change it, but I don't know yet. All right, number 2. All right, you missed a lot of good information, man. Is number 2 a function?
No, wait.
Because
Yes. No, it's not.
No, it's not. It's not a function because 6 has 2 different values. So number 2 is no. All right. Next, number 3. Is 3 a function? No. 3 is not a function because 2 has 2 y values. Agreed? Any issues so far?
So if the y.
No, you don't ever have to look at the y. You only have to look at the what? The only thing you have to do is look at the x. That x value has 2 different y values. Therefore, it is not a function.
So they're the same, like when the x value has like 2 of the same or 1 of the same kind. So if it has like.
Listen to what I'm saying real quick. Let me summarize. All of the x values have to be different. You with me?
Yeah.
The y's can all be the same, but the x's all have to be what? Different. All right, that's how you tell if it's a function or not. All right. Now, number 4, if I was doing number 4, I would probably say I really wouldn't want you to do because we haven't really reviewed this, but this is a great opportunity for you to review. Last year, we graphed these lines. All right, and when we graphed a line, all right, from last year, you should be able to say that's probably looks something like this. That's what that line would look like. All right. Now the question is that line a function? All right.
Yes.
Yes, it is because every x is matched to what? A single y, right? Now, an easy way to tell or to look at that is we say it must pass the vertical line test. So if you draw vertical lines, the vertical line will touch only in what? One spot. Everybody with me? So it doesn't matter what vertical line, it only touches in what? One spot. So it's called the vertical line test. If you want to look at a graph and see if it's a function, you do the vertical line test. If it touches in more than one spot, it's not a function. All right, so let me give you an example. All right, if I take a look at question number 5, I have this vertical line right here. Is it a function? No, because that vertical line touches in what? 2 spots. All right, so number 5 is not a function. Is 6 a function?
Yes.
Yes. If I draw vertical lines, it only touches at what? One spot. Is 7 a function?
Yes.
Yes. Is 8 a function?
No.
Obviously not. So that's an easy way to determine if something is a function. So again, just a quick little summary. If all the x values are different, it's considered a function. If the x value repeats, it's not a function. All right? Now, what I want to do is we're going to kind of just talk about number 9. You have nothing to worry about number 9, so don't write number 9 down. All right? And again, part of the problem I have with some of these books is that they're not very user-friendly. And what I mean by that, they want me to graph 48,560. They want me to graph 48,710. Do I really expect you to do that?
No.
No. But what I do want you to say to me is, yeah, if I had to graph those points, could I graph those points? Yes. All right, now you probably have to make a graph with increments of 10,000. Does everybody see what I'm getting at, right? Well, we can graph those points. I'm expecting you to be able to look at that and say, yes, I could make those ordered pairs also. Is everybody with me? All right, so this is kind of just a review of what we did yesterday. Again, someone tell me the domain would be the what? What values? the x values, and the range would be the what?
Y.
The y values. I'm totally comfortable with you guys on that. All right, yes.
For number 9,
The domain would be the x values, which is the school year, and the range would be the enrollment. All right? But again, technically, does it really matter? No. If you switch the x and y, the graph just switches. It's not really that big. All right? So you're right. Generally, what's written first is the what? X. And what's written second is the y. Everybody good on this?
It was y depends on x, not x.
Y depends on x. That's correct. So x is the independent and y is the dependent. Very good. All right. Now again, I don't really care about question number 10. All right. The most important part of the day is, I need everybody's attention. The most important part of the day is 11 through 19. All right, it's 11 through 19. All right. So now I just really want you to concentrate on what I'm saying. All right. So that's so important. I went ahead and I just dropped it down here to give myself more room. All right. Now today we're talking about functions, correct? So when somebody says, for example, f of x, what do you think f stands for? Function. Exactly. It's called functional notation. What's inside the parenthesis represents what? The x. The answer that you get is the what? It's the y value. All right? So, listen to me now. If I said to you, f of 2 equals 9, what does that actually mean? That means when x equals 2, y equals 9. You could also write that as an ordered pair, 2, 9. It's just the symbolism. That's all I'm trying to show you. What's inside the parentheses represents the what? X. And the answer represents the y. All right, you have to understand that. What's inside the parentheses represents the x, and the solution is the y. All right? Now, for this activity right here, all right, for the activity, here's what I want to ask you now. If I ask you what the answer is to number 11, all right, what is the x value for number 11? And we're looking for the what? The y value. So that means wherever you see an x, I'm going to put what? -3. So I want everybody to write down on their paper, f of -3 equals 6 times -3 plus 7. I want everybody to write that down. And then if you work that math problem out, it becomes -11. Does anybody have any issue with that being -11? And -11 is the y value. So if you want to make sense of it, you could say the point -3, -11 is on the graph. Everybody okay with that? Everybody understand that now?
Yeah.
All right, that's not too bad. Agreed? So what's in the parentheses, you plug in for what? X. All right? So right here, now how do I find, or what is f of m? Somebody tell me what f of m is. What is x? What letter is x this time? M. So that means wherever I see an x, I replace it with m. That's all it means. So here we go. Say it again.
Is it just 6m plus 7?
That's the answer. 6m plus 7. All I did was I let x equal what? M. And then I replaced m for what? X. Any questions?
So like on the graph it'd be comma 6m plus 7.
Perfect. That is exactly correct. The x coordinate would be m, and the y coordinate would be 6m plus 7. All right, it's hard to think like that because we're used to doing just what? Numbers. Now I'm telling you it can be what? Variables also. All right? So let's see how good we're doing with 13. All right? So now I want f of r minus 2. I want to see if somebody can tell me what that answer is. What is? What? I just rewrote it. What's f of r minus 2? What's f of r minus 2? Think you got it?
Yeah. 6r plus 5.
Wow. Good for you, girl. Very, very good. Very good. Tell them what you did. All you did was you replaced what?
I just replaced it with x.
Right. What did you replace with x? Right. So look right here, guys. See this x right here that I'm highlighting, circling? Everybody with me on this x? What is that becoming? R minus 2. So 6, open parentheses, r minus 2 plus 7. All right, come on and simplify. What do we get? 6r minus 12 plus 7. So what is that? 6r minus 5. Everybody good? Any questions? All right. I'm going to move it out of the way now. We're going to try 14, 15. What?
So every different variable, like m r, that's gonna be replaced by x.
That's all they're telling me. All right, that's it. Very good. All right, so now I'm going to move this out of the way because now we're going to do 14, 15, and 16. All right, here we go. G of 5. G of 5. I want someone just to tell me what the answer is, Abby.
21.
Very nice, girl. 21. You have any problems with that being 21? Anybody have any questions with why it's 21? Cause, tell us why, Abby.
Because, yeah, 5 squared is 25.
Exactly. 25 minus 4 is 21. Easy. Very simple. All right. Now the next problem, G of A plus 9. G of A plus 9. Cole, good for you, buddy. What do you think the answer is?
A squared
Close. A squared. What?
wait.
A squared.
What do you think?
A squared plus 1.
A squared.
That's exactly correct. Because listen, what this means is we got to find G of A. And what's G of A? A squared minus 4. And then I have to do what? Add 9. All right? And what's A squared minus 4 plus 9? A squared plus 5. Come on now. All right, this is hard for kids. All right, until you understand the notation. All right, now the tricky one. All right, before you say something, I want you to think about what is G of negative 4t. G of negative 4t. Julian, what are you thinking?
Oh,
Think about it for a second if you haven't.
is it 8?
Why do you think negative 8?
Oh, sorry.
Don't tell me sorry. It's okay. Tell me again. Try again. Write it out. You understand that? You understand that?
Yeah.
Okay? So now tell me what negative 4t.
Oh.
What would that be?
16.
Now, think about it this way. Because it's in parentheses, the negative 4 squared is really negative 4 times negative 4.
Oh.
So that
Positive 16.
right, but it would be, now stay with me, 16, because why? I did the negative 4 squared and got 16, right?
Yes.
Now I have to do the the squared with the t.
Oh.
So that would be what?
T squared.
Exactly. There's your answer. 16t squared minus 4. All right, you can't combine those. Yes.
How come you couldn't just say, like, I'm confused why you couldn't just say 16t minus 4?
Because the t is also being squared. Listen to what I'm saying. Look, you ready? Look up on the board. This, very good question. This negative 4 is being squared. And the t is also being what? That's why it's t squared.
So, but wouldn't you take this?
Okay, listen to me. I understand what you're saying. If I said to you 3 squared, you would say what? What's 3 squared? 9, because you've performed the operation. But if I said to you x squared, I don't know what that is. I don't know what it is, right? Since I don't know what it is, I have to just leave it x squared. If I don't know what t is, I have to leave it as what? T squared. All right, perfect. That's good. All right, any questions? All right. So now I'm back to 17. I'm going to move this out of the way. Now we're going to try 17. All right, let me erase this real quick. And I want someone to try to tell me, somebody new, I want someone to try to tell me what f of q plus 1 is.
It's 6q plus 8.
Ooh. What do you think? 6q plus 8? What did you think?
I got 6q plus 1.
What did you think?
What did you do?
No, I want the answer.
6q plus 13.
What did you think?
I got 7q plus 7.
I think it's 6q plus 13, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
13.
Right? So
Because you
look
just
right here, guys. F of q plus 1. I need everybody to say x equals what? What is x? Q plus 1. X is q plus 1.
Oh.
Wherever I see an x, I have to put what?
Q plus 8.
Q plus 1. So 6 parentheses q plus 1 plus 7. Come on now. Distribute. Thank you. So that becomes 6q plus 6 plus 7. 6q plus 13. Ellis, you good on that? You good?
Yeah.
What?
If that's the case, then why did we distribute up on 13? We did distribute.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we
Mhm.
distributed
Okay.
it.
All right. Look at it carefully. All right. So now I want someone for question number 18. Give you 30 seconds. Everybody should be able to tell me how to do 18 now. 30 seconds and counting. Everybody give it a shot. Connor, are you with me yet?
Yeah.
F of 2 plus G of 2. This could be mental math on this. It's so easy. F of 2 plus G of 2. What? What do you think? I know you're good at mental math. Figure that out.
19.
Good. 19 is correct. 18 is 19. Because why? You plug 2 in for F. 6 times 2 is, plus 7 is 19. Then you plug 2 in for G. 2 squared is, minus 4 is, 19 plus 0. What? Probably not.
Wait.
What?
I'm confused.
Well, what did you get?
I got 12x plus. So there's no x. Is it 6? I understand like 6 times.
What's F of 2?
Plus 16.
How did you get that? It is plus 7. All right. Tell me about 19. What's the answer?
I got negative b squared minus 4.
What did you get? What is the answer to number 19? Say it.
E minus 4.
Oh, what?
I got negative b squared.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Well, you know I'm never wrong, so.
No, b
That's not
squared
necessarily
is
true.
well.
I have an extra
What
5
happened
points
on
on the
the
test.
what happened on the test the other day?
All right. Look. Look. Come on. This is way too easy for you guys. You made a mistake. Look. I'm replacing x with what?
Negative b.
So, parentheses, negative b squared minus 4. B what? B what?
B squared.
B squared minus 4. Wow. It's b squared minus 4 because the negative in parentheses means that it's that negative 1, right? So it'd be like negative 1 times negative 1, which is positive 1. Right? If it's not in parentheses, you are thinking pretty good. If it's not parentheses, if I listen, if I say negative 3 squared, you should be able to tell me that's obviously
9.
good. Negative 9. If I say negative 3 squared, you're going to tell me that is positive 9. This, again, just listen to me. This means the opposite of 3 squared. What's the opposite of 3 squared? Negative 9. This here means that negative 3 is being squared, which means negative 3 times negative 3. Hear me out. If it's in parentheses, the negative is being squared, and a negative squared is positive. If it's not in parentheses, the negative is not being squared. And if you take a look at your calculator and type in on your calculator negative 3 squared, the answer will be negative 9. If you type in on your calculator parentheses, negative 3 close parentheses squared, it will be positive 9. You got to listen to what I'm saying. You understand me? If it's in parentheses, the negative is also being squared. If it's not in parentheses, it's just whatever that value is squared, negative. That's what that means. That's all it means. All right? Now, I want to scroll down to see what else we have. All right, so I feel really good about that. All right, really good. All right, now, what I want to do now is I want to go down here. All right, I like you to do 20 through 25. Now, the only things you don't have to do is 26 because, again, I'm not going to have you graph. Wow, this time they only made you graph 234,300. All right? So, again, you guys cross out 26. You don't need to do 26. Now, the next thing is important is 27. I still want you to do 27 through 44 also. All right? Now, again, I already posted the solutions. I'm trying to tell you, I think if you're confused about something, having someone else discuss it or show you, all right, is helpful. Also, you can listen to the video again, all right, if you're having still a little bit of issues. Go. Now, let's just do those real quick. All right, that way you won't have to do it for homework.
Yeah.
All right, just look up real quick. Determine whether, since we have some time, determine whether each relation is a function. So is 20 a function, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Is 21? No. Is 22?
Yes.
Yeah. No.
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 Oh.
Right? Now, those you guys, I really just want you kind of looking up here. If you look, that's fine. Does everybody see? I don't want you just writing yes, no, because I'm saying that. You're supposed to be telling me. All right? Is everybody with me on this? Right? So let's look at number 23. Is that a function?
Yes.
Yes. Is 24?
No.
No. Is 25?
Yes.
Yes. All right? Does anybody have any questions with how to determine something is a function? See how simple that was, right? Very simple. Okay, so skip 26. Now 27 through 44. That's your homework. 27 through 44. All right?